Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite editing techniques and a way to easily and quickly take your photos from boring to incredible and dramatic. What's this amazing tool, you might ask? It's called Dodge and Burn. Now I'll be using it in Photoshop, but most editing programs probably have some form of Dodge and Burn. So let's dive into this quick tutorial so you can get going on improving your photos immediately. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop and this is our subject for the day. This is literally straight out of camera, no edits. So what I did here is I cropped it and I did kind of a baseline edit, just basically shadows and highlights to bring it to this point. And a tiny bit of a crop and adjustment in terms of the horizontal vertical. And this is what I came up with. So we're gonna start from here and I'm gonna show you how to take this thing to the next level, make it a lot more dramatic using the Dodge and the Burn tool and just how quickly you can do it. And I'm gonna quickly duplicate this image over here, make a copy so that I can show you the before and the after very quickly and easily. And all I'm gonna do here is go over to the left-hand side, find our tools that we're looking for, in this case, the Dodge and the Burn tool. One's gonna lighten an area and one is gonna selectively darken an area. So let's start with the darkening, and up here is going to be our exposure values. In this case, it's set to 30%. I'm gonna pump it up just to about 50 to show you the dramatic differences. Now the range here, I'm gonna keep at midtones, but you can selectively adjust the shadows or the highlights depending on what you're looking for here. So let's just show you what's going to happen here. And what I'm gonna do here is just look at my subject and just kind of think to myself, where do I want the emphasis to be? Now, of course, in this case, this beautiful beast is looking directly at me. I want to basically bring all the focus into the eyes and just everything leading up to those eyes. And I'm going to try and keep this tutorial short, so if you are interested to see my entire editing workflow, let me know down in the comments and I'll put something together for you. But we're going to leave things like the sticks and things like that out of here and not make it perfect. And I'll show you my finished product at the end, but let's just show you what you can do with just using this tool here. So all I'm going to do is take naturally where the shadows occur, and I'm going to basically make them more dramatic. So I'm going to choose my Burn tool here and I'm going to go over and basically just start to paint into the places that I want just a little bit darker. And you can see it happening in real time here. And I don't want to do too much and I don't want to do too little. So that's, you got to kind of find the sweet spot for you. If you overdo it, of course, you can just switch to lightning and kind of fix it. But that's why you can start with a lower exposure value and just kind of take your time and blend everything nicely and paint. And I'm gonna do basically just that. I'm gonna maybe just do it a bit quicker here, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint in the areas and try and start to kind of create a little bit of a funnel here so that we can draw our viewer into this magnificent beast, into the subject here, which is going to be, for me, the eyes of this glorious creature. So let's go ahead and switch over to Dodge here and brighten up those eyes a little bit. And again, now if you notice here, the exposure is down to 20. I'll pump that up to 40 so you can see the differences. And all you have to do is just kind of paint it in there and you can start to see it right away. You can also click for a bit more oomph right out the gate. But we can start to see those eyes really start to become very instinctual, very dramatic there. I like that. So let's go back to our Burn tool and again, just start to darken around the areas to take away from some of the image that really doesn't need to be there. That's not what we're going to be focusing on. Of course, we got a fence over here and some grass. That's not really what I'm going for right now. And ultimately, I decided to make this a black and white image, but this would also work as a color image for sure. So yeah, having just seen a little bit of painting in here, you can start to see how it really starts to take shape and change the whole mood of the image. And let's just quickly go back and have a quick look at it before and an after already. So this is of course after, and this is before. Look at the difference in just a few short minutes of just kind of painting on a bit of exposure and just changing just how dramatic looking this image is. So for me, this is exactly why this is such an incredible tool. And you can just play with it, make it your own. Again, if you wanted to experiment with black and white, you can do that. Now, if you guys do a lot of editing, you know that your eyes can get fatigued, and I wanted to introduce you to a product that I've been using for a little bit now called the BenQ Screen Bar Plus. What this is a light that goes on the back of your monitor. It takes up basically no space, and it works incredibly well to light your area very nicely and reduce eye strain, which if you're editing for a long time, you know that can go a long way. You might know BenQ from their legendary monitors, and now they're introducing a few other products like this one to help with your overall experience. Now, I really like this thing personally. I think it's a great addition and adds some really nice light when I don't want to have the overhead fluorescence on or just a ton of bright lights everywhere else. It's really just nice for coming in and editing or playing some games or just surfing the web or whatever. It's really easy to control with its detached dial. You can choose your color temperature, your brightness, and it does have an auto mode to adjust with the ambient light. If you do a lot of editing, I would totally recommend this to you, and thank you BenQ for sending me this thing for review, but they did have no input on my personal opinion of this product. If you did want to check it out, links are in the description. Now let's get back to our tutorial.
And here's a few more photo examples showing you the before and after using this technique, and it's not limited to anything really. You can use it for landscapes, you can definitely use it for things like portraits. There's no limits really, and you can really take an image and turn it into something special, sometimes almost giving it a 3D effect. And again, let's see the before and the after. Just like that, it just looks so good. I do a ton of editing, and this is probably by far one of my favorite tools to use. It just adds so much depth and so much character to an image, and that's really that simple, guys. So I really hope that this was informative for you. If you didn't know about it, well, now you do, and if you did, maybe you'll start using it a bit more, a little bit differently. I hope these tips and these tricks helped you out. If you did like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Join the community. Make sure you drop all your questions and your comments down below. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.